They say a single flame can erase 1,000 years of memory, but the fire that consumed the great library of Alexandria did more than erase. It rewrote the destiny of the entire human race. For centuries, people believed it was simply an accident, a tragedy of war, a moment of carelessness in an ancient world accustomed to chaos. But new discoveries show the truth was never accidental. Something inside that library terrified emperors, priests, and entire civilizations. Something so dangerous that those in power chose to burn the world's greatest treasure rather than let humanity see what was inside. This is the story of the library that shouldn't have burned and the forbidden knowledge that was never meant to survive. Long before the flames rose over Alexandria, whispers spread across the ancient world that the library held texts not written by Egyptians, not by Greeks, not even by humans from any known civilization. Travelers from Babylon, Phoenicia, Persia, and India all described scrolls that seemed impossibly old, documents from a forgotten age bearing symbols older than writing itself. These scrolls spoke of vanished continents, enormous cataclysms, and advanced technologies hidden beneath temples and deserts. At the heart of this knowledge was something scholars called the first science, a system of understanding the universe that modern physics is only beginning to rediscover. For generations, the rulers of Egypt guarded this knowledge. When Alexander the Great conquered the land, his generals recognized the value of this archive. They built the great library not simply as a school of learning, but as a vault, a place to store the secrets of the lost world. Their goal was simple. Whoever controlled this knowledge would control civilization itself. The library quickly grew into the world's largest repository of wisdom. Ships arriving in Alexandria were forced to surrender any scrolls on board. Scribes copied them, kept the originals, and returned forgeries to the crew. Scholars from every corner of the world lived inside its walls, working day and night. But they noticed something strange. Deep beneath the library lay sealed chambers guarded by priests who refused to speak to anyone. The scholars were allowed to read astronomy, mathematics, medicine, philosophy, but the scrolls kept in the underground vaults were forbidden. Some described machines powered by light. Others claimed the Earth had been destroyed before and would be destroyed again. The most controversial described beings who descended during the age before memory, bringing knowledge that shaped the early world. These texts did not fit into any empire's version of history. As the library's power grew, so did the fear of those who opposed it. Religious authorities hated it for preserving beliefs older than their gods. Politicians despised it for housing knowledge that challenged their authority. Military leaders wanted it for themselves, but did not dare touch it openly. Meanwhile, scholars recorded strange happenings inside the vault. Metallic vibrations echoed through the stone corridors. Magnetic anomalies disrupted compasses. A device rumored to be made of crystal and bronze emitted a faint hum. One terrified scribe wrote that the vault contained a power that sleeps. Then the first fire came. According to official accounts, Julius Caesar accidentally burned part of Alexandria during a naval battle. But eyewitnesses described something else, scrolls that ignited not with smoke, but with a blinding flash, as if they contained chemicals or energy unknown to the ancient world. Some claimed the fire spread unnaturally fast, leaping from parchment to parchment before flames even touched them. One scholar insisted the fire began not above, but below the library, in the forbidden vault. A guard reported seeing priests flee through a hidden passage carrying metal containers sealed with wax. Whatever they carried, it was not destroyed. After the fire, rumors spread that certain scrolls had been smuggled out of Egypt. Some went to Ethiopia, others to India. The most valuable were said to vanish into secret archives beneath Rome. But the library did not die in Caesar's time. It continued for centuries, though weakened. When the second destruction took place, this time at the hands of religious extremists who believed the ancient knowledge contradicted their holy scripture. They stormed the library, destroying works on astronomy and mathematics. But once again, the forbidden vault below remained untouched, sealed behind walls no one dared open. Still, something changed. The last scholars who worked inside the library wrote that the vault had become dangerous, that the air inside buzzed with energy that made their skin prickle. There were reports of inscriptions glowing faintly in the dark. What was happening inside that chamber? No one knows. Then came the final blow. As new armies marched into Alexandria centuries later, a deliberate effort began, a coordinated campaign to destroy every remnant of the library. Not a single scroll was allowed to escape. Not a single scholar remained alive to tell the full truth. But even as flames consumed the last halls, people saw a group of hooded priests escorting 2 large crates toward the harbor. Those crates were loaded into a ship that sailed into the Mediterranean and disappeared. What was inside them? According to a 10th century historian, those crates held the heart of the library, the texts containing the earliest history of Earth. Without them, the story of humanity became incomplete, broken, rewritten by those in power. And that is exactly what happened. After the library's destruction, timelines were rewritten, ancient sites were reinterpreted, and knowledge that once unified science and spirituality was torn apart. But the story doesn't end here. In the late 1990s, underwater archaeologists exploring the submerged ruins of ancient Alexandria found chambers carved from limestone, sealed with a strange glassy material. Inside, they discovered fragments of clay tablets covered in symbols identical to those found in the pyramids and the Sphinx. One fragment matched the description of a vault map rumored to lead to the Hall of Records, a legendary archive said to contain the complete story of humanity. This means the library was only one part of a much larger network, a system of knowledge spread across the ancient world. The same symbols appear in temples in India, Sumerian tablets in Iraq, and stone carvings in Bolivia. Different continents, same knowledge. How, why, and who created it? The more researchers look, the more they realize the library didn't burn because it was a threat to religion or politics. It burned because it threatened the narrative of human origin itself. Which brings us to the most disturbing discovery. A sealed papyrus found near the ruins in 1895 describes the final days of the library. It states that the most important scrolls, the scrolls containing the knowledge of the first civilization, were moved to a city across the sea, a city whose name was deliberately scratched out. But forensic imaging revealed 2 remaining letters: A, T. Could it mean Athens, Atlantis, or something else entirely? Modern scholars refuse to speculate, but one thing is certain: somewhere in the world, the remnants of the Great Library still exist. And if they ever emerge, everything we know about our past and our future will change forever. The question now is simple. Did the fire destroy knowledge, or did it unlock a race to hide the truth? The final clue lies in the last line of the papyrus, written shakily, as if the writer knew he was about to die. It reads, "The fire was not the end, it was the beginning."